Fuck it, send it.
There we go. All right, we are live. What's going on, everybody? Sorry for the confusion. It seems like the last couple weeks, the software I'm using to live stream this stuff doesn't cooperate very well. So maybe I need to uninstall it and redo it all or something. I don't know.
Let's be honest, we just forgot how to podcast.
Yeah.
You
Welcome
want to
to Three Idiots Try
Squirtle.
to Podcast. Dun 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 dun.
Hey, be careful. It's a little too close to Price is Right.
Well, nobody would have known until you said it, dude. We do need to have what's the announcer's name on The Price is Right? Need to get that guy to do an intro for us.
Bob Barker, I'm pretty sure he died.
Not Bob Barker.
No, Bob Barker's not the announcer. He was the host.
Who was the announcer on Price
His
is
name's
Right?
Bob too, though.
Bob, not Bob Vila. That's the.
Where's Woom in the chat when you fucking need him?
Don Pardo.
I was way wrong. Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he passed away in 2014.
I know, I never watched The Price is Right. All I knew was Bob Barker. So
You never watched The Price is Right? What did you watch when you were homesick from school?
well, I grew up out in the country where cable couldn't reach.
It's
so
on
I watched the old,
It's on
I watched the
antenna.
old VHS.
Price is Right was on antenna. Local.
Yeah, our bunny ears looked like absolute complete shit. And I only watched Saturday morning cartoons on that because I would rather watch the VHS movies that we had. So.
Oh, all right.
Or I was just sick enough to where I was in bed and I was like, just give me more fucking Benadryl. The Hat Man will keep me company. I don't feel good.
Well, anyways.
And then if I was ever at my grandmother's, like, you watch fucking Nickelodeon or Disney. Like, don't watch that shit. My grandparents did absolutely love Wheel of Fortune, so I did watch that with them on the reg. And then,
Wheel of Fortune.
if I love the fuck out of Vanna White, if anyone remembers this, my sisters didn't. I don't think. My grandparents watched a show. I think it was on CMT. I'm really not sure, but it was a TV show where people just line danced.
It sounds like it was a local thing.
Country line dancing. I don't think so. I could have sworn it was on CMT. Line dancing show.
Grand Ole Opry?
No, that's where people have concerts, dumbass.
There might have been people dancing. I may be a dumbass, but I know what goes on when people play
No, this
music.
was a show specifically for line dancing, and it was like they watched it every fucking day, and then it was like Wheel of Fortune. I don't know. There has to be other people out there that know what the fuck I'm talking about. Some fucking line dancing show. I swear that's what it was.
Gotcha.
I know we had like a
remember
local
bands.
dance show.
It was just people fucking dancing.
Weird.
It is, yeah, this lives in my memory bank from being very young. My grandparents watching their shit. And I remember my grandmother being like, I don't like the Golden Girls. They're too raunchy.
Golden Girls were wrong. I mean, they were horny
Yeah,
old
they
ladies, I
were.
guess.
You know they were. So we watched like I Dream of Jeannie and I Love Lucy and Bewitched. A lot of T-Land shit.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I never got into Wheel of Fortune too much. I was a big Jeopardy guy.
Never watched Jeopardy either.
And then I moved.
Which was the one with Whammy? That was one my grandma really liked. Let's make a deal.
Let's make a deal.
Was it?
Yeah, like no whammy, no whammy, no whammy. I don't know. I never watched that either.
Club Dance. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Juanathan, I'm hearing a buzz.
I hear it too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Like a hum?
It's like, it sounds like feedback, kind of like chords loose in a connection or something.
I think it's my
Oh my
laptop.
gosh, Ruben, that's exactly what the fuck I was talking about. Club Dance. I fucking knew it was real. I knew I wasn't making this shit up in my mind.
I think it's my laptop fan. I don't know. weird. Let's see.
Club Dance Wild Horse Saloon.
I think it's my laptop fan. I moved now again. I moved the whole set upstairs to our 4th bedroom, which is now my office. And I took my laptop off the little stand I had, so I wonder if it's just getting hot. I don't know. We'll power through it. We'll make it happen. But yeah, dance club.
Elijah said, "It seems like my mic is farther away. I have not touched this motherfucker in weeks. The exact spot it always has been. I'm not drinking as much, so I might not be as loud." That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Even though I am drinking right now, it's the first time since Sunday.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna, but then I did. Whoops.
What, it looks like you're drinking vodka Red Bull or something.
No, man. It's Jim Beam and this from HEB. Clementine passion fruit.
Looks good.
It's
Sounds
not
good.
bad.
Nice.
Fucking HEB has great, and they still have the 12 packs of seltzers instead of the fucking 8 like everyone reduced down to, but they kept the price the same. They still have the 12 packs. I love that.
I don't know, I heard today that HEB has some pretty good sushi too.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, they do.
It's where all the Asians in Texas work. This is the HEB sushi.
They are Asian. Every HEB I have gone to the sushi section, they are Asian.
Of course, I think they you have to be, right? You don't want
But
to.
even at like my United, it's the same thing. They're all Asian, and they make good sushi too. And they have $5 Wednesday sushis.
Ooh.
That's fucking rad. It's really fucking like it's the same quality as you would get in a restaurant. So I'd rather get that shit at a grocery store now.
Yeah. I went to a hibachi place one time, and our hibachi chef was white. He did a really good job, but it still threw me off the whole time that he was a white dude doing hibachi.
I went to one time and it was a Mexican dude doing like the worst accent. It was the funniest fucking experience ever.
Oh, what, trying to pass as an Asian?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this guy wasn't really doing an accent. He definitely like would give it like the Asian flair and pronunciations, you know, but he wasn't trying to do an accent. But we were asking him, he like went to Japan for like 15 years and learned how to do hibachi stuff there. So he did a good job. It's still just weird when, you know.
Was it like when Urkel was doing hibachi?
Probably. That'd be even weirder if a black dude's doing your hibachi. You know?
I don't give a shit as long as it's good. Like if you saw the people that made your food in most other restaurants, you'd be like, "Oh, good lord!
Oh,
do you
come
have
on.
hepatitis?"
You're not gonna.
Dude.
You don't trust a white dude as much as you do an Asian person to flick the shrimp into your mouth from across the table. You know.
Sounds like you have a problem.
Yeah, I want my food. If it's being made in front of me, I want it to be made by a person from the country it's from. You know. It'd be like seeing an Asian dude making you tacos. You know.
Yeah, no. I do not have this issue, Bill. You might want to go to the Lord about this. And
Hey, don't accuse my man of
Hey,
anything. This
I
is,
didn't
if
say
anything,
he
he's
didn't do a good
stomping
job.
out cultural appropriation.
I didn't say he didn't do a good job. He did an excellent job. It's just odd when you're in a hibachi place and it's a white doing your hibachiing, doing your botching, you know, instead of an Asian. Because I'm sure none of the Asians that do it are actually Japanese. They're probably Korean or wherever.
See, we got KCS. He's our resident one. He's saying he doesn't trust himself to make tacos. So
Yeah, see?
there you go, Charlie.
that's because he's not near Mexico. If you're in a place that's close to Mexico, you have a hard time fucking up tacos just because you have the availability near you. Like they don't have good salsa. It's hard to have decent tacos without decent salsa. And if you're not in Texas, like it's just not.
Ruben, to answer your question, at Popeyes, yes. At KFC, no. So, but I
Hey,
imagine
look, we
like
got a Freddy.
KCS trying to make tacos. He like lays out the tortilla and then like presses rice on top of it and then puts in the taco meat and rolls it up really tight. And like starts to slice it into pieces. He's like, no, it's taco. This is taco. We know you love you, buddy. So yeah, anything interesting happened this week?
Nope. Going to the gym, trying to kick my
Ooh,
ass.
going to gymnasio, huh?
Yeah.
Doing
Should
what?
have done a long time ago, but
Doing like the stair machine and
no, fuck that shit. I'll do weights. Like I don't understand the stair machine and the hype of it. Like it's cardio, so you're getting the same thing from the elliptical or treadmill. Like if you want to build your ass, lift heavy weights
oh yeah.
until you can't anymore.
I will say when it does come to cardio, I'd rather do a stair machine than a treadmill.
I like the elliptical. I don't want like it's easier on my joints and shit like that.
Talking about being homesick from school and watching stuff, do you remember the infomercial for the Gazelle elliptical thing? With that dude with the ponytail?
I was about to say Tony Little,
Is that what his name was?
because my mom had some of his actual workout stuff, and we would put it on just to watch it and laugh.
Gazelle machine guy. This guy. Yeah, it is Tony Little.
I grew up with that one.
And then
I
like
was into it.
the Chuck Norris Total Gym.
Hey, body by Bowflex, buddy.
And then I remember for a while Nordic Track had like the ski machine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then what was it like? I think it was like mid-century modern thing. The thing it was literally just like a leather belt you put around your hips and it shook you.
Oh man, that dates back until like the fucking 50s. That's some old school shit.
I just remember
Oh, that dates back to like the 1800s. They had that shit on fucking.
I just,
like that
I just always think of who is it, like Sissy Spacek in Blast from the Past.
Oh yeah.
She's got like a martini, drinking it, and it's like shaking around. It's just things just like shaking her hips around and down in the underground bunker.
Mm-hmm.
What does
Elijah,
that even do?
it doesn't do anything except shake you.
Yeah, I don't really know if that does anything at all, but I do remember my parents had bought like 100 old like videos that was like 100 old cartoons on
Okay.
one VHS and stuff like that. And I always loved the Betty Boop ones. And there was an episode of Betty Boop where she got on, she was like working out, and that was one of the things she did. But they said it's supposed to like make you skinny. I don't know.
Hold on, I gotta.
But there are those other ones that like you stand on it, it like jiggles you. So I'm like, what? Unless it's kind of like a shake weight sort of thing. Thanks, Freddie. That like trying to keep the balance, like you're engaging some muscle in there. I
Like your
don't know.
core?
Maybe. Of like just trying to not fucking fall over.
Yeah, here you go. Vintage exercise machine. This thing.
Maybe that. What is that doing to her ass?
Well, she's according to this, shake muscle, jiggle fat. Maybe it's supposed to like vibrate the fat cells apart so you can like metabolize them. Vibrating slimming belt. First introduced commercially in the 1920s.
Could it be like a recovery thing?
I don't think so. I think it was just like, you don't need to work. You don't actually have to like, you know, work out to work out. This thing will just do it for you. Yeah, in the 60s, this exercising use of one of the slimming machines. She doesn't even need to wear workout clothes.
When did they start making workout clothes?
I don't know. Oh, here's a picture of one from a J.C. Penney's catalog from like the 70s, 60s, 70s.
$139. Are you shitting me?
Well, back then, $139 would buy you a Buick.
Yeah, it's like a Peloton these days.
I know.
That's fucking expensive as shit, dude.
Let's see.
You like a new exercise machine? We pulled out a new mortgage for it.
Yes.
Seriously though, like seriously buy your own like squat rack and all the weights for it and all the shit for your own gym. No. There's this thing that will vibrate your entire body.
So,
What if it was just one of those things like there's no use in it? It was just expensive.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, so it's very expensive snake oil.
Yeah. So $139 in 1965 would be $1,400 today. So kind of like a Peloton. I think Pelotons are like $3,000 or something though, aren't they?
So it's like a mid-range exercise machine these days.
Yeah. Except it doesn't actually do anything except shake muscles, jiggle fat.
Yeah.
What does that do there, buddy? Ah, it jiggles my wife's ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's nothing, but I love to watch.
The men just
What's
bought
that?
it to
What's
watch
that?
their wives' butts
Supposed to do
jiggling.
anything that vigorous? That's disgusting.
Lifting more than 5 pounds? What are you, a man?
Yeah. Yeah. Don't get too bulky now, hun. Man, I can't. They don't even sell the things anymore. Come on.
There's probably some fucking hipster in Oregon that restores them and sells them.
Oh,
on
I'm
Etsy or
sure.
some shit.
There's probably some like weird niche market for like restored shake machines. Oh, is there one on eBay? Let's see.
Off to eBay.
Oh yeah,
Can't find it anywhere.
yeah. There's one on eBay for $895 plus $350 shipping.
Oh, what a bargain.
Oh, here's one for $99 with $100 shipping.
You should buy it, Bill.
I might see how it works. Just start a YouTube channel where I just do like all sorts of like weird old school workouts and see what happens.
Get you those like little round dumbbells too.
Yeah. Yeah, get like one of those like old school barbells that just has like the cannonballs at the end. Just like work out in a unitard. Grow like cut this into like a
Old school
handlebar.
strong man.
Yeah, do a handlebar mustache.
But you have to paint 1,000 on the ends of
Right.
the barbell so people think you're lifting 1,000 pounds.
And then after
Yeah.
after 6 months of using all these old ass exercise equipment, I end up like with cancer because it's all got lead in it. And asbestos, like
You're not licking it.
the belt for the shake machine is just like woven asbestos.
Honestly, what a smart thing.
There's
And
uranium in the machine.
Yeah, it's nuclear powered. Nuclear, the way of the future, see? But yeah, I'm trying to think. Somebody died, right, recently? I can't remember who.
Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman.
New people, man.
But Gene Hackman,
Michelle Trachtenberg died too.
yeah, R.I.P. She was hot.
I think we talked about that one.
Yeah. I think,
Did we talk about dead people last week?
I don't think so.
I think
Not Gene
Gene
Hackman,
after
anyways.
Michelle
Trachtenberg. But Gene Hackman, he died like 5 minutes from where you live, Jake, didn't he?
Yeah, he died.
Maybe.
Yeah, so you know how Dan was talking about like he thinks that that's a killer?
Like somebody killed him? I haven't heard this.
Yeah, like I've heard murmurings for a while from people in police departments and fire departments that there is a serial killer in New Mexico. They just won't publicize it because they don't want to give him attention.
And he killed Gene Hackman?
I'm not saying he did, but I'm saying it's possible.
Yeah, because I think like, have they not figured out what the whole deal was? Because I know like they found him in the bathroom, right? Or no, he was in the
She
mud
was
room.
bathroom.
She was in the bathroom with like a
Pills
dog.
surrounded. They haven't said what pills were on the ground, but she was surrounded by. I'm assuming it was a prescription drug. I don't know what was all around her. But
But
that's
the way
what
they describe the scene, it sounds like a movie scene. Of
that's
like
what
an
Dan was
overdose.
saying. Like he was like, you don't just die in the spot you take these pills. Like it takes a while for that to happen. Unless something had to be going on with her. And then the dog was dead next to her, but the dog probably ate those pills that were on the floor and it died.
No, the dog was in a kennel. Dead.
The dead one?
Yeah.
I thought they said it was like
Like in a closet or something? Kennel in a closet, I guess.
In the bathroom closet when she was in the bathroom.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
But there were 2 other live dogs on the premises. He had a pacemaker, but depending on how old it was, they're like, oh, pacemakers always send signals to the doctor. It's like, well, if it was
Yeah, not if it was
old,
like installed in the
wasn't.
80s.
But
Well, no, pacemakers are redone every 12 years.
But they had said they looked back on the records of it, and it had stopped working 9 days before he was found.
Even then, pacemakers work and will shock a dead heart.
Right, but that was like the last recording, so I don't know how long that they would work after someone was dead.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all very strange for sure. The details of like the one I heard, they were trying to explain it. Like what could have happened was he, had a heart attack after his pacemaker failed, died in the mudroom, and then the wife was like such in a panic and stress that she ended up having a heart attack, like trying to get his heart pills or something. And then the dog just like died of thirst in the closet. I was like, I mean, maybe, but
I would no, if there were like whatever kind of pills on the ground, I would assume the dog got into those pills. But then they said one of the other live dogs that they found was next to her or some shit. And I was like, was it eating her?
that was my thing. I was like, why didn't the live dog start eating them? Because they were dead so long. I guess like they said, her feet started to mummify.
That doesn't take long though.
Oh, I know it doesn't take long, but if a dog gets
Especially
fucking
not here
hungry
in
enough,
Mexico.
Yeah, because I watched that Ask a Mortician or whatever it is on like Facebook, and she was talking about it, and she was like, in a place like that where it's super dry, no humidity, well ventilated areas, it would take just a few days.
Plus, it's been very cold, so kind of like how
Um,
they were saying with the Incan mummies.
Well, they said like Gene was next to a space heater, so he was somewhere where it was very warm. But she had also compared it to like a banana, like how it starts like getting blackish, like it suppresses like decomposition basically. So it's like they weren't decomposing yet because of the conditions that they were in. It's basically what the mummification means. Like they weren't decomposing.
I don't know. I'm not holding out much hope that we'll ever like get the actual answer for that because the news cycle will be like, yeah, he's dead. Move on.
Yeah.
I don't know. New Mexico, it's really slow here, and it's a very small state with nothing going on. So
Yeah, maybe. Maybe Jake's the serial killer. Got a lot of time on your hands lately, Jake.
93-year-olds and 60-year-olds.
You're just off in Gene Hackman.
no, I'd never do that to Gene.
How dare you treat Denzel Washington that way on that submarine?
Okay.
Crimson Tide? You never seen that movie? It's awesome. You've never seen Crimson Tide? Oh, you should watch it. It's about like nuclear submarine. Gene Hackman's the captain, and Denzel Washington's like the new first officer. And then like they lose communication like right after getting like some sort of order that like a war started. Gene Hackman, like I don't want to spoil it, but Gene Hackman like wants to do this, and Denzel Washington's like, no, we need to get contact first. Blah blah blah. It's really good. Gene Hackman goes into a whole tirade about the Lippenzopper stallions that are all white. So he's also in The Quick and the Dead, which is a good movie. Have you seen that one, Jake?
No.
No? Jesus. Young Leonardo DiCaprio. He's like 18.
I mean, young Leo, I'll go to Titanic or Romeo and Juliet.
When was it? Like Quick and the Dead? And it's got Sharon Stone and Russell Crowe. It's 1995, so I don't know how old Leo would have been, but he was young.
All right, everybody, is that better with the mic?
You sound louder to me.
I think Riverside, for some reason, reset it to a different microphone for some fucking reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, mine did that last week, I guess, when it's like sounded like an echo. It switched it over to my webcam microphone.
I don't know. I have like 4 different microphone options on mine for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, let's get to the answers for the week. This week's question was, what's something that's embarrassing but shouldn't be? Let's see. First one, well, I gotta get through all the bots. The bots give me the stupidest answers. Answer number 1. Sitting down to pee. It's comfy and I can scroll through memes.
Okay,
I'm
Elijah.
assuming this is from a man.
I would guess so.
I'm assuming it's from Elijah.
There was one I read that had said, I prefer to sit down to pee now because I was tired of having to clean the toilet. Like, this was recent. This was like yesterday or the day before. It's like I was tired of having to clean the toilet because it just goes everywhere when you stand up to piss. So he was like, I sit down now because fuck that. And I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? This guy knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah.
Because, oh my gosh, it's horrible.
Sarah in the chat just brought one up that I didn't even think about, but tying your shoes in public. There's not really a graceful way to do that. You always got to like step to the side. And you always like bend over to do it. And then you're like, oh, my ass is like poking out in the air. Now I got to like crouch down and do it.
That's why I wear cowboy boots.
Well, that's because nobody ever taught you to tie shoes, Jake.
So
I
there's
can
like
tie knots.
the bunny and the
Loop it, swoop it, and pull it.
I can tie a knot.
You don't tie knots and shoelaces.
Yes, you do.
Well, I guess it's technically a type of knot. I wonder what
Yeah.
I wonder what the nautical term for a shoelace knot is.
I think it's a clove.
Probably. Sounds right. All right, next one. Getting walked in on jerking it, getting walked in on while jerking it. I was quietly enjoying myself before you rudely barged in. You should be embarrassed, not me.
I'm assuming this is from someone who's married.
well, I was about to say, who's walking in? It was like, why would you be embarrassed to be caught by your spouse? Like, either join me or shut the door. You've seen this. You've had this in your mouth. But like, it was like a sibling or a parent or, you know, or a roommate or some shit, that would make a lot more sense.
Co-worker, gardener, mailman.
Why are they coming into your house?
I mean, I leave the door open when I jerk off, so I like the breeze coming through.
No, Bill used to play that game where you'd yell "mom" and then try to come before you're going down to your room.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
good lord.
That game was invented after my time. Being a Disney adult.
Fuck you, that should be embarrassing.
You should be ashamed of yourself for even saying that.
You
Hey.
should fucking kill yourself.
That's not the Disney way.
Seriously, though. Go to Universal.
Universal's a lot more fun. Have you seen that they're opening like a fucking monsters area?
Like a Monsters
That's
Inc.
what
or
I'm
something.
saying. Like, go to fucking Universal.
They got Harry Potter too.
Yeah,
They
they
do
have
have
a lot
Harry
of
Potter.
shit. Like,
Now, I have been to Disney twice as an adult. And when you're there, it's fun. It's a good time. But I will say, like, there was people there, like adults with no kids. I had kids with me. Big difference.
yeah, I was about to say, you went with your
But
fucking
there was
kids,
adults
dude.
there that like were
You,
wearing like t-shirts, like we're on our honeymoon. Hashtag Disney adult. I'm like, ugh, gross.
yeah, I know a couple like that.
I mean, I'd third wheel it with family with kids and just be the drunk uncle.
Not at Disney World because there's only one place in Disney World that serves beer.
I thought they do the drinking around the world at Disney World.
That's
Are
at
you sure about
Epcot.
that?
That's Epcot.
Oh, Epcot.
At
Okay, so I
Magic
go get
Kingdom.
fucked
Oh,
up at
I'm
Epcot.
very sure. At
Is
Magic
that not
Kingdom.
part of Disney World?
No. I'm sorry. Disney World would be. I consider Disney World Magic Kingdom.
Oh well, nobody goes to fucking Magic Kingdom. We're going to Epcot, motherfuckers.
Now the other places, like the other parks, serve alcohol. So,
We're getting hammered and fucking riding Pandora. That's what we're doing.
but Magic Kingdom, when me and my wife first went there with our oldest when he was younger, we're like, oh hey, like, is there a place, like, there a bar somewhere? They're like, oh, there's only like one restaurant that serves alcohol. It's over there. We're like, one? Only one? The fuck? I gotta like spend this day sober. So then for the rest of the time, whenever we went to Magic Kingdom, we just like snuck in vodka LaCroix in a water bottle. And we totally blacked out one time during the fireworks show. I don't remember the fireworks. I don't remember getting on the bus back to our hotel. I just remember waking up the next morning going, what the fuck? Like, how do we get back here?
You drove.
But my kids said it was a good time. So there you go.
They had a bunch of shit you bought him.
Yeah, probably. All right, next one. Having to flush twice.
Leave a floater. Establish dominance.
That's a funny one. I wouldn't have thought of that.
But yeah, it was like at like your friend's house or something. Or it was a close friend, but like somebody's house. Like, shit, I gotta flush this twice. What do I do? You pretend to blow your nose and then flush again.
I showered really quickly. It's like but we heard the toilet flush. No, I like it when it gets cold.
That is a good one, though. Kudos to whoever did that one.
That was a good one.
A queef when you pull out during doggy style and switch positions.
I know who sent this one.
I have ideas.
And ew, still. I said ew when he first said it, and I'm going to say ew again. Like, you're the one that put the air there, so who's embarrassed, you or the girl? Or are you saying that the girl should be embarrassed for something you did to her?
Mm-hmm. I have known
Funny
people
ones.
that, like, girls that found it incredibly embarrassing. I'm like, it's just fucking air.
Right, like, I did this to you.
Yeah, it's not like an actual fart came out of your bowels through your vagina. Because that would be weird. That'd be a medical issue.
No,
Need
if
to
you
get taken
actually
care of.
really did fart, that's a different story.
Farting during sex would be very embarrassing, and it should be embarrassing. Not that it's any fault of your own. Stuff happens, but, you know, it'd be embarrassing.
Right?
Always rip one when I come.
Oh, God. It's the full release.
What's that thing? Would you rather fart every time you come or come every time you fart?
I'd rather fart every time I come because it already happened.
Oh, my God.
I do know
All right.
somebody, I don't know, like, he told this story, and I have a hard time, like, believing it's true, but he swears one time, he's like, I was having sex, I was drunk, and, like, I swore, like, I felt like I was about to come, So I pulled out and it wasn't cum. He ended up just peeing all over.
Oh, how is that even possible when you're
I
hard?
don't know. I mean, you could pee when you're hard, like morning wood having to pee. Like, it's a nightmare. But
Yeah.
That's when you stand like 4 feet back and just have fun with it.
yeah, got to tilt it down.
Fucking yeah!
That would be an appropriate time to sit down to pee, I guess. Keep it in control. You know? Or after sex when the V stream happens, you know? You don't know where that shit's going.
I like that. I can't remember the name of it, but Zach Efron is in it, and he's like planking on the toilet.
I don't know that one. Sounds like it's probably like
He's
bad.
done a lot of really funny shit.
It had like Miles Teller and some other guy in it. I cannot remember like anything about this movie.
Oh, was that the one with John Cena?
I don't know. I do
Zac
not.
Efron did a movie with John Cena that's really fucking funny.
I just know it was with like Miles Teller and this other guy, and they're like roommates, and he like planks on the toilet so it doesn't go all over the place. Like that was his solution.
I found a clip. I found clips of it, but I don't know what movie it's from.
IMDb it.
Awkward moment.
That awkward moment. Yeah, that's it.
This one?
Yeah. Yeah, he's like on the phone with his buddy. Yeah.
Hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? What is it? Modern day problems require modern day solutions.
Right? It's like, you know what?
If you got the core strength.
It's not going nowhere. Like,
I mean, that's why I'm happy I got a cabinet.
Problem solved, I guess.
All right, next one. Pooing during childbirth. It happens.
As long as you don't confuse which one's the kid and which one's the turd. I mean,
That'd be a big old turd.
I mean, I don't think you should that much, but like, you're straining that hard that it. But I think that's such a known thing now. However, like when it's you in that situation.
Yeah, I don't know. My wife asked me if she did. I was like, if you did, they take care of it pretty discreetly. I never saw anything. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I guess I could see as a woman, like being told you did would be like, oh, that's embarrassing. But at the same time, like you're pushing out a fucking watermelon. Like it's going to do all sorts of weird shit to your plumbing down there, including pushing all the shit out of you, you know?
Yeah. Like,
and
yeah.
it's constantly pushing everything. So yeah, it can happen.
Yeah. As long as you don't tear from your V to your A and then you shit all over the place.
Yeah. Then I'm sure the nurses are there to clean that up, you know, so you don't risk infection.
I can see that possibly becoming Infection City. But
Oh,
that's
yeah.
not embarrassing. That just fucking sucks.
Mm-hmm. Having a boner in public.
why do you have a boner in public?
I remember a lot of dudes in high school being like, man, sometimes it just randomly happens in class, and it's just like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
Tuck it up into your waistband.
Right? Like, what else? But you're like having to situate yourself. Everyone, you know, you have people all around you. Everyone can see what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Skinny jeans and long shirts helped me a lot in high school.
I can't remember the last time I got a boner in public, so I don't know. I know on Superbad, Jonah Hill's character talks about tucking it up in his waistband. He's like, it hit it, and it felt awesome. I almost blew a load in my belly button. As he's looking at the porn magazines, and he's like, look at those nipples. They're like little baby toes.
Oh, God. No.
That movie had such fucked up dialogue.
It had the best dialogue. We've covered this one, but I've known several women that get super embarrassed when they queef during sex. No need to be.
Oopsie, sorry.
What'd you drop?
Dropped my fucking Mexico mango vape.
Ooh.
The vape. Okay, that might be from the person we know then. I'm not sure. But it's just like, I mean, yeah, okay, what's embarrassing that shouldn't be.
Right.
But it's like, I've never gotten embarrassed unless it was like a hookup of someone like I didn't see regularly or, anything like that. But
What's the Ben Stiller movie where he marries the crazy chick and goes to Mexico on their honeymoon?
is that called a Heartbreak Kid?
Heartbreak Kid. I just remember like there's that scene where like they get done having sex and she goes to the bathroom and you just hear like and he's like he kind of Ben Stiller's face like, huh? And she's like from the bathroom, she's like, that's not what you think it is. He's like, I didn't hear anything. She's like, oh good, because I just queefed big time. She's like, okay.
Okay. Stupid fucking movies.
Mm-hmm. Jackhammer me, jackhammer me, jackhammer me. It's a good movie. The obligatory Juan's mom. I'm gonna have to meet.
In there, though?
I'm gonna have to meet Juan's mom one of these days. I'm sure she's just like a super nice Midwestern lady.
Just a nice lady.
Another movie quote from Hangover was, "I married a whore. How dare you? She's a nice lady."
She's a nice lady. What is that from?
The Hangover.
Oh yes, that's right.
Stu, like I can't remember. Like he's going on some tirade. He's just like, "And I married a whore." And Zach Galifianakis like, "How dare you? She's a nice lady."
Yeah.
Oh Lord, Jake, do you have just like? Did you just have an extra vape pen on standby?
No.
Oh, I just saw you hitting a white one. Oh, that's loaded with the other stuff.
It's the one we don't call attention to.
Oh, okay. My bad.
It's white because it's meth.
Crack. They have crack vapes now.
No, it's Kareth.
What's that? It's like crack and meth.
You haven't heard it yet?
No.
Marlon Wayans dropped a diss track against Soulja Boy.
Marlon Wayans?
Yep, and it's a country song.
It's a country AI.
What's his beef with Soulja Boy?
I don't know.
Why would anybody have beef with Soulja Boy? He had one song like 20 years ago.
Marlon dating Soulja Boy's baby mama or something like that.
Oh.
I'm not 100% sure.
Huh. Yeah, Soulja Boy had like one song like 15 years ago. More than
Yeah, Marlon Wayans says that.
You. I think I've got that on
Don't worry about it. He makes fun of him for that too.
No, but Kreth is crack and meth.
Oh.
He says Soulja Boy smokes Kreth.
He also said his breath smells really bad.
I'll have to look this up. Okay, next one. Getting rando pimples as an over 30 adult. Yeah.
It never fucking stops, man. That's the... No one ever said it stops when you get older, but we always feel like we were lied to somehow.
Right.
Yeah, that shit doesn't stop.
Oh, yeah.
I swear I got told it stops when you get older, but like...
Yeah, I've got one coming in like right.
That was just something, like, I don't... Maybe parents have said that because they didn't, but it's like, actually, no. It's... Nope. That's a fucking myth.
It's all the microplastics in the food.
All the estrogen in the food.
Mm-hmm. It's China.
They're putting chemicals in the water that are making frogs gay.
Mm-hmm. It's China. How many Chinese people you seen with acne?
Not untrue. How many actual Chinese people do you see?
Quite
a few actually.
Vegas or Orlando.
Like, At least not ones actually in China. Like if they are lucky enough to come over here, maybe, but
Yeah.
not many.
This is a good
You've
one.
never been to Las Vegas, Charlie?
It's been a while because it's disgusting and gross now and not fun. But I would love to go meet Jackie Jean. But like Vegas is not the Vegas it used to be, and it's just like it all the bring back the mafia. Make the mafia great again in Vegas. That's when it was fucking great. You had like $5 prime ribs. The drinks were cheap. Everything was fucking cheap. Now it's all expensive. It's like, no, the entire point of Vegas was everything was cheap. You make it expensive. What the fuck is the point?
Yeah. The next
Bring
one.
back the shows.
The email address I made when I was 13. That should be embarrassing.
You should feel very bad about your XX razor blade kisses XX. Whatever.
Yeah, either your email address or your AIM tag.
I loved my to this day, in which I'm like, fuck you, Chapel Roan. My AIM was Pink Horses 09.
Ooh.
You pink pony girl, Charlie?
And I was like, this fucking bitch. I fucking came up with that way earlier.
You're
But it
like
was
this
on,
Gen Z bitch.
but it was because my sisters and my sister and her friend had made a fake name called like Pink Cows or something like that. And I was like, that was funny, but I don't want cows. I'll just do horses. Pink horses.
There you go. I can't even remember what mine was. When did like AIM go away? Does it still exist?
I think it was
Probably
like
went away
MySpace
with Internet
that kinda
Explorer.
killed it off. So I think like 06.
In
05 or 06.
in 2017, AOL announced that AIM would be shut down. So, but
Wow, so it survived a lot longer than we thought.
in 2000, AIM had 61 million users. So,
I mean, that makes sense.
Did they have how many it had when it got shut down?
I don't see it.
Damn, that'd be a cool one.
So, but I mean, I was definitely using it probably 04, 05, maybe even 06.
Right. Yeah, that was like I think we were old enough for it, but that was like the peak. You know, you had like high speed internet at that point, and you didn't have texting really yet. So it was a lot easier than just talking on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, you didn't have to use your minutes.
Right.
Right. Yeah, I feel like AIM probably started going. It's got to be like it started like losing interest probably about the same time MySpace did.
That's what. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because you could talk over MySpace. I'm pretty sure.
But wasn't like it wasn't like an instant chat, right? It was like DMing kind of thing, right?
Right, but still, like that is that not an instant chat though? Pretty much.
Kinda, I guess. Let's see, when did MySpace?
Did MySpace ever have like a mobile app? Did they live long enough for that?
No.
I don't think so. MySpace was at its peak in 2007. And then in 2008, Facebook surpassed MySpace. So,
It's been a downward spiral ever since.
I know. Bring back original MySpace. Teach these kids how to code. All right, next one. Getting caught watching Bluey without my kids around. It happens. I don't think I've ever put on Bluey by myself, but like my kids will be watching it and I'll just be like sitting down, like watching along, and then like they'll go off and do something, and I'll realize like, oh, I've been watching Bluey by myself for like 15 minutes, and I don't hate it. So
Right. I love the fact that they gave the parents a cuck chair and then they fired the person who made the cuck chair.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it was funny as shit. It was like a scandal a week ago.
Oh yeah, let's see. Bluey.
Yeah, they just had like a.
Chair.
Granted, it's like not crazy for people to have like a chair in their bedroom if it's big enough. You just want to fill the space, but they're like, they put a cuck chair in their bedroom.
It just happened at the height of the cuck chair meme, though. So like,
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm seeing one thing on Reddit that says there is no Bluey cuck chair. It was an article from the Australian version of The Onion. And then right underneath that, Bluey animator fired for discreetly suggesting Bandit and Chili have a cuck chair. Right there.
Granted, why would a dog ever be named Chili? I don't get that.
Yeah. Oh.
That's stupid.
Somebody got a good screen capture of them, the parents getting down on the couch.
I mean, granted, like dogs are not monogamous, so.
Is Womb in the chat? I'm sure there's some sort of like dirty subreddit for Bluey content.
yeah, he's calling himself something else today, though.
Called Roll 34.
Mm-hmm. And 88 in the chat. They should not bring back Vine.
Yes, they should.
Vine was amazing. Vine was better than TikTok.
TikTok? Oh my gosh.
Wasn't
dude.
Vine just like TikTok? But
TikToks are way no, Vines were 7 seconds only. Some people get on these TikToks and it's like, wrap it the fuck up. I need that fucking box from Chappelle's show. Wrap it up.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Even
get
like
on there. It's like, oh my gosh, shut the fuck
yeah, I think
up.
like even now on Instagram, like reels can be like 5 minutes now or something. It's like too much.
No,
That's
they
not the
shouldn't
point.
be.
That's not the point.
Should-
Even
Nope.
60 seconds is too long. I'll give you
Seriously.
I'll give you 30.
That's why Vine was so great, because it was 7 seconds. Like if you couldn't get your shit done in that long of time and be funny enough, then like you're just not good enough. Which is the people who were popular on Vine are the fucking millionaires that we still see today.
Right.
David Dobrik,
The Paul
Doji,
Doji
Joji,
Cat? Joji?
Filthy Frank.
I say Joji. Brittany Furlan, who's now married to Tommy Lee.
Isn't that where the guy who's on Drinking Bros every once in a while who does like the Nuke the Ruse thing? Isn't that where he got famous?
Who?
He called in one time like early on in Drinking Bros. I think when it was still just audio, and pretended to be Australian. Like he pretended to be Jared's Australian friend, and went on some rant about how Australia just needs to nuke all the kangaroos.
I don't.
Is it Jeffrey something or
person?
I remember the story, but I don't remember who it was.
He's been on the show a couple times. He does like impressions and stuff. But I think that's where he got famous. Was
Vincent Vargas.
Vincent Vargas is Rocco.
Oh wait, no, that's Rocco.
Is it? It might be Vincent something.
Chat.
Let's see.
Vine. But yeah, I know he's like an Asian guy.
Yeah.
Yes, he was from Vine too.
Vincent Marcus.
Vincent Marcus. Look, that's not very far from Vargas.
Right.
Vincent Marcus.
It's completely different, okay?
Close enough for me. Yeah, I remember watching that guy. That dude was great. Manon, whatever. She was from there too. Like there was a fucking lot of people.
Sabrina Carpenter came from Vine.
Did you?
Lily Pons.
Yep. Remember, I can talk to animals. And she's like,
That
meow at a cat. That's Sabrina Carpenter.
really?
Yeah.
That was like she was still like she was like doing Disney at that time too.
I think that's how she got cast in Disney, was from Vine.
She was in that shit like young as fuck. But I'm pretty sure Girl Meets World was around that same time that Vine was big.
Oh, huh. All right, let's get to the rest of these. So, things that are embarrassing that shouldn't be. Shooting your shot.
Oh.
Yeah, fair. You get shot down, it's embarrassing, I guess, but you shouldn't be. You nutted up and you went for it, man. Or lady. Seeing other parents you know while having lunch drinks.
I think it's more so when you're in college and you're having lunch drinks and your professor walks in, you're expected to go use power tools in the next class.
Oh, yeah, maybe. But I can
Nope, fuck all that. Like, nope, who gives you nope. Stop it. Stop. You're not the main character. Shut the fuck up. Drink your fucking drink. You ordered it. Shut the fuck up.
All right. Listening to Nickelback at full blast.
How dare you?
I looked into
Once
the
again,
Nickelback and Creed thing. Creed's going on tour. They're doing a music festival in which Nickelback and Creed will both be there.
That's amazing. Okay, the whole Nickelback thing pisses me the fuck off. Every fucking person loved the fuck out of Rockstar.
Yeah, we've talked about
They
this.
also loved Hero.
Who the fuck? No, Heroes way fucking before, dude. Rockstar.
I'm just saying, Nickelback has had clout for at least 20 years.
So hard. Yeah, I know. Let me get to what the fuck I'm gonna say, buddy, before you start saying shit about 10 years before. Yeah, Hero was on Spider-Man, so was a fucking music video. That was 02. We're talking 2012. Everyone loved Rockstar. And then all of a sudden, it was just cool to fucking shit on Nickelback. Like, oh, you like Nickelback? Oh, it's like everyone fucking loved Nickelback this entire fucking decade. I don't know where the fuck it came from to hate on them. All you motherfuckers loved Rockstar. And then all of a sudden, like that next year, it was cool to hate on them. I don't know where the fuck it started. It didn't make any motherfucking sense. Their shit was good. Like, was it too, like, did they become too mainstream? Maybe. Like, because they absolutely radio raped that song. Because it was so fucking big that people were like, we've heard it too much. I fucking hate them now. But it's like, no, you go to their back catalog even before Hero, they're fucking good, just like Creed. And Creed got some shit for a little bit there, but Scott Stapp also had a alcoholism stint and
bit of a meltdown.
showed his ass a lot.
Didn't he like say like go on some rant about how Barack Obama was trying to have him killed?
I wouldn't doubt it. Like he went on some interviews and just completely, it was bad.
And I want to say like
at that point Creed was playing casinos too.
Maybe I want to say at some point too he got like fucked up and off the rails and like ended up like holding his wife and kids like hostage inside his own house for like a week or something. And like the police.
Yeah, I remember the Scott Stapp Chronicles.
The police had to come in and like pull everybody out. But we'll get Charlie a Nickelback shirt. All right. Telling your doctor how much you actually drink.
So, okay. Mine, that was a good time to bring this up. Like, I just recently started going back to the gym.
I thought you were going to say doctor.
recently started going back to the doctor. No, fuck no, I don't need to go to the doctor for anything. But then they had asked, like, how much do you drink? And I was like, yeah, I was drinking every day. A few drinks a day. What do you mean by that? Like, buddy, I love me some booze.
Yep.
Oh, and I was like, nope, I don't give it, like, I don't fucking care.
Right. Plus, I also think like at a doctor's office when they're like, "Oh, how many drinks do you have in a week?" And you're like,
You think I count that shit?
I don't know, like 7." They're probably like, 35.
Like, doctor, I know
Multiply
you
by
a lot
3.
Yeah.
for this fucking job, so
Yeah.
you'll understand when I say at least 3 to 4 every day.
Yeah. All
It's
right.
like, granted, grandparents used to do that shit a fucking shot with their eggs and bacon in the morning, and these motherfuckers live to be 90 years old. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's if you have English blood. You got that good English blood, you
Oh, yeah.
can
I mean,
live up to that point. Like,
till she was in assisted living, my grandmother would drink Kahlua every morning with her coffee.
There you go.
that doesn't have that much alcohol in it. It
Oh.
has more sugar in it than us. Like, I would be more worried about the sugar content.
Yeah, back in the
than
day.
alcohol.
Back in the day, it was like, I got a little throat or tickle in my throat. Better drink a pint of whiskey for that.
But
Like,
like,
one of my uncles would be like, "I got a toothache. You got anything for a toothache?"
whiskey.
Whiskey.
Like, these are the people that would get whiskey and make their kids suck it from like a napkin or a handkerchief for when they were teething, or like, oh, just put some whiskey on their gums. Like, that was that generation. My first boss was talking about, like, her father's still alive in a nursing home, just fucking smoking cigarettes. He has dementia. He will forget he's smoking and like burn the fuck out of himself, but he still lights up. Fucker's still alive. Her grandparents, like, that was the one that, like, a shot of whiskey in the morning with your eggs and bacon with fucking cigarettes, living to be in your 90s. Like, good lord. Some of these motherfuckers are like cockroaches. You just can't.
I have a Theo that's like that. He sits there with his oxygen tank.
I had a great uncle that did that shit, dude. Like, he would be at the American Legion with his oxygen tank smoking, and they were like,
Yeah, no, my Theo's at the casino.
man.
My Theo's my dad's uncle, so he's my great uncle too. But he's at the casino still, and he's like 94 years old, fucking smoking. Or well, he switched to vaping. We got him to switch to vaping because he was gonna blow himself up. Fucking sitting there vaping at a slot machine, fucking.
Nah, man. This is the fucking generation, like World War II, dude, like guys that were in fucking Europe, high up in like the fucking mountain areas to where like the oxygen was so thin, their lighters wouldn't work, so they would get their fucking oxygen close enough to their cigarettes that they could light their cigarettes, but they weren't blowing themselves up. Like, that was that fucking generation. They're like, look, darling,
Yeah, I'm having this smoke.
I know what the fuck I'm doing. I've been doing it for 60 fucking years.
Yeah.
Fuck off. And if I do blow myself up, thank the Lord I'm not alive anymore.
Right. Yeah, I had a coworker one time, like they were talking one day, like at a break room. This woman was like, "Yeah, like I remember like when my son was a baby, like those nights, like he would just not stop crying." And this one lady's like, "Oh, like you know what the solution for that is? Like a baby that won't stop crying, whiskey." And the lady's like, "You would give your baby whiskey?" She's like, "No, I would just drink so much whiskey, I just stopped caring it was crying."
Good Lord.
I was like, all right. I don't know if that's respectable
Honestly,
parenting.
no. I would soak a cloth in some booze and stick that shit in a kid's mouth. That's why I don't have children.
Right.
Would I do it? 100 fucking percent. Are you shitting me?
All right.
I was a bourbon gum baby, and I turned out fine.
All right. Things that are embarrassing that shouldn't be. My browser history.
You should probably be a little, if not embarrassed, shameful.
Oh, there's always shame. All right, next one. Nipples pushing through a non-padded bikini top. Everyone has them, and mine are fabulous.
Wait, what?
My nipples pushing through a non-padded bikini top.
Oh.
Everyone has them, and mine are fabulous.
Cool, man. Doesn't sound like you're very embarrassed about it.
Yeah. The house not being spotless when people show up. It's a full-time job when you have kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If somebody comes up like just like, oh hey, I just want to stop by, like fuck it.
Yeah, but I know, like I've showed up at like my son's friends' houses, you know, to like pick him up or something. I'm like, oh, the house is such a mess. I was like, it's fine. Like I know how kids are. Like,
Right. Granted, I have seen some videos, and like once again, this is coming from a childless person. Some of these fucking kids have too many fucking toys.
oh yeah,
Like, you don't need that many fucking toys for these kids, man. For them just to be able to pull everything. Like, no, they don't need. They actually don't need that fucking much. Let them maybe go outside and play in the mud, make some fucking mud pies and shit like that. That'd be way more fun than all these fucking toys that you're gonna have to clean up all the time.
yeah.
Um,
Toys are fine. What typically gets me is I go somewhere. Like I had a friend like this. They had like 6 dogs, and nobody in the house like cared to clean ever. So it was just like dog hair all over everything, like paw prints all over the floors and the windows and the walls. It's like I get like dogs are messy, but like come on, like I could like my shoes,
That's
the
too
soles,
much.
like I walk through your house and the soles of my shoes have fur all over them. Like, come on.
Probably smelled like
Yeah.
dog pee in there too.
Oh yeah, it's
well,
gross.
I was about to say, not just that, the fucking smell.
Yeah.
I can fucking smell that shit, and it don't smell good.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
my
like,
my
you're used to
ex
this,
had
aren't
that
you?
thing.
Like, let's go outside for a good hour and let you walk back inside. Can you not smell this?
Yeah.
Because, oh my god.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
All right.
You know, my ex in high school had 5 cats, and they all shared the same litter box. And oh my god,
No. It's like, you no, has she never watched Jackson Galaxy before?
Probably not. All right. Next one. A woman with hard nipples. Yeah.
Why do people think this? Like, no, this has been a thing since like late 60s, early 70s. And like in the 70s, it was like no
did they
bra.
used to make like rocket bras so that looked like they had hard nipples?
That was like in the 50s.
Well, I think Skims, is it Skims now makes like padded bras, but they have a
with
nipple.
like a little nipple. Yes. So it's just like, what? Like, no, like, what?
So, yeah.
Granted, like, yeah, no. I'm not going to go out in public with like no bra and like a loose shirt or like a big baggy shirt where like you can definitely tell, but like a tighter fitting shirt that's not like see through or something like that. Like, I don't give 2 shits.
Right. So I'm like, that's what I tell like my wife all the time. I was like, everybody has nipples. Calm down. Chill out.
It's like everybody poops.
Right? It's like when you can see dudes, like no one, I don't know. It's weird.
All right. We got 2 more. Random Tourette's outbursts. They're funny as hell.
God.
I don't know. I can't recall ever being around somebody with like that kind of Tourette's.
No.
I like the video of the girl with the clapperboard with every time they clap, it sets her off.
I haven't seen that.
Mm-mm.
But I've never been around somebody
no,
who just
she's
like
like on a
uncontrollably
PSC
just
show.
like blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I think my oldest son has Tourette's because he just like runs around the house like skibbity Ohio. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
I think that's just this generation.
Yeah. Like,
They're just cooked.
all right. Last one. Having a really noisy shit session.
Are we talking like ass noises, or are we talking like full on? Ah!
All of it, all
Yeah.
encompassing, I would
Any
say.
kind of loud noises, especially like I've been there, like public bathroom or something, or at work. Like, man, this fucking Chipotle fucked my stomach up. I gotta let this thing loose. And then like you close the door, you sit down, and then you just see like somebody's feet underneath the stall beside you. You're like, oh no, oh no.
Have you ever been jealous of someone who's blowing it up when like you're constipated and like someone sits down and just fucking blows it up next to you?
No, I've never been
That
constipated,
has not
so
ever happened to me.
yeah, work's the worst because everybody can see your shoes. You know?
You just put your feet on the door so no one can see.
Yeah. You gotta go like squatty potty style and just put your feet up on the seat.
Or there's like 4 people in there washing their hands and taking a piss when you walk in there to take a shit.
Yeah.
That's when you just sit there and wait them all out.
Sometimes you can't wait. You're like sweating.
No, I meant like to wash your hands. You
Oh,
just
yeah.
like
Oh yeah. Yeah, you gotta let the
wait
room
it.
clear.
Oh no, I mean like when you walk in and beeline it to the stall, there's like 4 people already in there. Like,
well, at that point, it's just kind of like Chipotle, man. At least I'm not doing it in my pants.
like that South Park episode. There's fucking blood in my asshole from the.
Yeah, but I guess if you go like full, like if you pull your feet up, like on the door, like you were saying, Charlie, or like I was saying up on the seat, then people are like, "Is there a ghost having like explosive diarrhea in the stall next to me? Like, what the fuck?"
This person purposely. I mean, granted, like how far do you have like your feet spread for the person in the next stall to see your shoes too?
Well, I mean, sometimes like it's just stall, you know.
Depending on like how high the stall
Yeah.
is.
If you have the chance, you always take the handicap one. You know.
Oh, it's
Always.
the Cadillac. Every time I'm in a public restroom, I'm like the Cadillac of the public restrooms
Yeah.
is the handicap.
Yeah.
That's the best place to vape too.
No, what's the worst? It's never happened to me before, but I know it's happened to people. You're shitting in the handicap stall. Next thing you know, on the other side of that door is a set of wheels.
Oh, no, that hasn't happened to me, thankfully.
Now that
No.
would be embarrassing. It's never happened to me either, but I've heard stories. And I was like, God, that'd be like my worst nightmare.
They were all full when I got in here, okay?
I would risk the tetanus and like crawl underneath to the next stall and just come out of that one. It's like, yeah, I don't know what's going on in there. That guy's been in there forever. I don't know.
Oh gosh.
So, all right, that's all we got. But yeah, like and subscribe on YouTube, rate and review on iTunes, go to Spotify, leave a 5-star. And yeah, we'll see you next week, guys. For Jake, for Charlie, I am Bill. This has been the Nooner Nation.